listening to Fox Sports Radio simulcast on FS1 and AEW Network. It's John Thomas Live. Now here's John Thomas.
Happy May the 4th be with you day. It is John Thomas Live. We're live in Fox Sports Studios, and we are coming to you after an incredible CruiserClash and Monday Night Clash episode last night. My gosh, were they two huge episodes. Ratings came in this morning, 8.8 million people once again. Darcy, they're just consistent as they can be with this 8.8 million, right? I mean, my goodness. Everyone hit me up on the Twitter hotline last night. We have a lot to discuss, so we're going to get right to it. Let's kick things off with the CruiserClash episode.
CruiserClash.
In last night's episode, it was fantastic. First, Torture was not lying. He said he was going to show up and fix some things, and he fixed some things. He dropped a little bit of a bomb. If you ask me, he dropped some bombs. He announces that Reagan Voorhees will defend her Cruiserweight Championship in 2 weeks, which is the last CruiserClash episode before the Havoc Rumble. 2 weeks, folks, is the last episode of CruiserClash before the Havoc Rumble. So Monday night, May 17th, Reagan Voorhees is going to defend her Cruiserweight Championship against Soldado Fortuna in what we're hoping is the match that they both can finally deserve to have, so we can put this to bed, right? The week before the Havoc Rumble, May 17th, Voorhees defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Soldado Fortuna. And you know Richardson's going to be in his corner. You know she's going to be walking around that ring, and you know she's going to be keeping an eye on that official. We better be done with the official shenanigans, I'll tell you that much. Not only that, on that same episode, we're getting Gatecrashers defending the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships against two gents in a straight-up tag team match. Not a multi-tag match, not a gimmicked match, not hardcore violence and extreme rules and all this other nonsense. No, we're getting a regular match. That's right. Sarah Pettis and Void will be defending their Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships against two gents. That's right. Jensen and T.O. Blaze are going to get their shot. Their fair, honest, legitimate shot at the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships. I'm excited. Again, that's happening on May 17th, so 2 weeks from last night. 13 days, we're getting that. The episode before the Havoc Rumble, we're getting two huge Cruiserweight title matches. Torture goes and drops that we're getting a new show. So we know the Hall of Fame was moved, right? I told you some of these rumors that we think the Hall of Fame wasn't going to be on Saturday. And I believe that's what, June 25th. Yeah, June 26th is the Saturday. But we heard rumors that the Hall of Fame was going to move to Friday, and we were kind of wondering why. Well, we got our answer. So the Hall of Fame 2021 class, Hall of Fame, moves Friday, June 25th. June 26th, Saturday, is a CBS Primetime Presents Evolution 4, which I'm assuming we're waiting on details. Darcy's got the facts open. We're waiting on a memo or something. We have sent out feelers. We're going to ask Torture if he has the answer today. But we were hoping we were going to get more details. Is it a 2-hour show, a 6-hour show, an hour show? What is it? It's CBS Primetime Presents Evolution 4, and it's on CBS for free, and we're getting a Cruiserweight Tag Team TLC match. So whoever wins May 17th is going to defend the belts at Evolution 4, but a night before Evolution 4. But the show is still called CBS Primetime Evolution 4. It is pandemonium, if you ask me. It is so close to hashtag what the hell. But it is cool nonetheless. Torture lets Jim Mudd know that Donald Cerrone is coming back after Havoc. So Mudd has these next 2 weeks, right? He's got May 10th, May 17th to figure something out here on CruiserClash. And when Cerrone comes back, they're co-GM, except he sort of implies Cerrone is 51%, while Mudd is 49%. And if Mudd crosses the boss, so to say, Donald Cerrone can fire him. Just get rid of him. Other people who looked great, Rossi looked good even in a loss to Katsumi, but Katsumi looked fantastic. Katsumi looked great. Roddy Zales defeat Masuda Tajin, and then afterwards, his celebration sort of incurred as a kick to the ribs and hit him with his finisher. Roddy Zales not messing around. Even in a victory, he still got anger problems and had to let it out. I like it. I'm not sure I like the post match. Well, let's just call it shenanigans. The post match scholastic stuff that happened afterwards. I'm not a fan of that, but Roddy looked great. Strong Style Express looked good, right? And we saw them at the end, which brings me up to that tag match that we saw, a non-title match, Pineapple Promenade, and the Gatecrashers go at it in this cool little main event for CruiserClash. But it only lasted 30 seconds, and Pineapple Promenade got counted out. And then we saw Carly Nash, Nikki Vaughn come out, Red, White, and Blues. They came out just to destroy the Gatecrashers. I mean, Torture said at the starting of the night, you got to step up. Who's going to step up so they could be in this TLC match? Well, Carly Nash heard it loud and clear. She just stepped up. We saw the Shorg Bros come out, and of course we saw the two gents come out. It was tag team pandemonium. We saw Strong Style Express sort of mix it up with some of the other tag teams, which is fantastic. They're not backing down, and that's what I like. This tag division is hot. This tag division is fire. This tag division is lava. I love it. It gets me excited. And of course, we saw Addie A do what she does best. That's grab a microphone and talk to her lovely fans. My goodness, what a crass, but class woman, if you ask me. She is a fantastic superstar. I love Addie A. I'm glad she's back. She calls out Reagan Voorhees. She wants a title shot soon. She said, you put him in front of me and I'll mow him down. That's what she says. She's a lawnmower. You put him in front of me and I'll mow him down. Addie A looked good again with a win over Cash. I mean, she's just going to keep going, folks, until you give her that title shot. That's what she wants. So she's got her eyes locked in on that May 17th match where Reagan Voorhees defends against Soldado Fortuna. It was a nice episode of CruiserClash. I felt like the right people won. I felt like the superstars, even like Rossi, who lost his match, still could get right back on that horse, still in the thick of things, if you ask me. I think we're going to get a great episode next week. I can't wait. There's only 2 episodes of CruiserClash left. I'm excited. This show, CruiserClash, is just so fun to watch. You have so many superstars who have just goals in front of them, and they're trying to achieve them, right? You have Carly Nash, who is still chasing tag team championship perfection, even though she's one of the greatest tag team wrestlers of all time. You have Teo Blaze and Andre Jensen still trying to get their legitimate shot, which they are getting finally on May 17th, but they're still doing the right thing. They're still doing the right thing. They bring an honor to those Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships. You have Pettis now and Void, who are holding those tag team belts. They're holding those tag team belts, and they're hard to beat. They're hard to beat. You have Pineapple Promenade, who are still trying to figure things out. You have Strong Style Express, who are now just jumping into the thick of things with 2 huge wins in the tag team division. You got Addie A now finally calling her shot. We saw her motion around her waist for that championship belt 2 weeks ago. Now last night, she makes it official. She wants that championship belt. You got Soldado Fortuna, who's finally getting his fair, legitimate shot. We hope it's a fair shot at Reagan Voorhees. CruiserClash is just this fantastic little show. And even Catapult last night, while she could be very annoying, was not. She felt more fresh. She felt fine-tuned in that spot. Boy, do I miss JJ Biggs, though. I miss JJ Biggs. That show is just not the same without JJ Biggs. But Catapult did all right. But Jim Mudd still running the show. Last night I felt like it was great because he wasn't all over the show, right? He wasn't trying to make the night about him. I felt like he thought Torture was overlooking the whole thing. But man, we'll see what happens next week. We're going to take a commercial break here on John Thomas Live. Our top 5 moments of Monday Night Clash coming up next. This morning is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. I've already eaten my chocolate donut. I'll be eating my maple donut right now when we go to commercial break. It's Dunkin' Donuts. It's John Thomas Live. We're live from Fox Sports Studio. May the 4th be with you on this beautiful Tuesday morning, 6:32 in the morning here in New York City. It's John Thomas Live. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Introducing Dunkin' Donuts all-new freshly baked muffins. They're incredibly delicious and bigger than ever before. You'll love them for a long, long time. Of course, nothing lasts forever. Bigger muffins, bigger taste, new from Dunkin' Donuts. Stop in today and try Dunkin' Donuts' new bigger muffins with a cup of delicious coffee.
You're listening to John Thomas Live from Fox Sports Studios. It's simulcast on AW Network, simulcast on FS1 on Fox Sports Radio. I'm John Thomas. Beautiful Tuesday morning. Let's get to the Monday Night Clash Top 5. What an episode last night we saw on Monday Night Clash.
5 moments from Monday Night Clash.
And again, they're in no particular order, but I feel like we have to talk about this one first. Let's talk about Darren Marsh and his, what do you call that? His buddy, Big Bubba. So for those who aren't following along, Darren Marsh is a sheriff from the Las Vegas Police Department. He joined Action Wrestling when Action Wrestling was touring through Vegas late last year. Came on board. He's a terrible professional wrestler. I calls it like I sees it. He's a terrible professional wrestler. He ends up feuding with John Black at Revolution. Loser had to do 48 hours or whatever in jail, 72 hours. Darren Marsh lost. Gets hauled, his ass gets hauled off to jail. Spends the night in jail for a couple nights. In there, he meets Big Bubba. Through some work release program, he gets Big Bubba out of jail. They've been just causing destruction and mayhem for months on end. Lately, he's wanted some sort of championship opportunity because he believes he's going to win Havoc. Ain't going to happen. He's just a terrible professional wrestler. No matter how much he gets Big Bubba to do his dirty work, he's a terrible professional wrestler. He will not win Havoc, and you can take that to the bank. If he was $1,000,000 to 1, I wouldn't put a single dollar on it because he's not going to win. It's not going to happen. Darren Marsh, Big Bubba, last night in a tag team championship match. Now, the last couple weeks, Darren Marsh has been, what do you say, stressed? He's been dazed and confused about some things, and it all happened on a CNN report over this Clarence Hendricks figure who was jailed, I guess, 18 years ago through Vegas County or some Nevada County. It has something to do with Darren Marsh because as soon as he saw that President Joe Biden got Clarence Hendricks out of jail, and this was 4 weeks ago, folks, Darren Marsh has been a different person. He's been nervous, stressed, dazed, confused. And Big Bubba this whole time, it feels like he doesn't know what's going on either. Marsh isn't telling us. We saw last week he goes into Pasternak's office and is upset because he thinks that Clarence Hendricks has some sort of contract going on with Action Wrestling. Pasternak played it coy, saying, I don't know what you're talking about, but if it is what I think you're talking about, then I could do whatever I want. That's what he said to Marsh. So he's sort of implying that he is negotiating a contract. Who the hell is Clarence Hendricks? And what has he got on Darren Marsh? Now we come out to last night. Marsh and Big Bubba have a quick match with the Following, because the Following, for God knows what, has their own issues, has their own problems, still able to defeat Big Bubba and Marsh because Marsh is a terrible professional wrestler. Hello? He's a terrible professional wrestler. Marsh and Big Bubba lose, and he just looks stressed the whole time over this Clarence Hendricks figure. So we need to figure it out. We need to know. I've got my people on the case. If you've got any dirt that you've seen through Facebook or Twitter or whatever, however you're investigating it, please let me know, because I'd like to know. I mean, we've tried to ask Torture about it off the record. No comment, so we can't even ask him on the record. But what a weird story this is, and it's developing every week. But I would like to know who the hell this Clarence Hendricks figure is and why it's got Darren Marsh so stressed. I'll tell you what, I hope Clarence Hendricks can wrestle, because Darren Marsh can't wrestle. He can't wrestle. It makes me so upset that he gets in the ring and calls himself a professional wrestling, because he is terrible. Terrible with a capital T. Now we'll flip it. We'll go to good wrestlers. Let's talk about Jason Price, WCF Hall of Famer, and Mason Jones. Mason Jones has been asking for weeks. He's like trying to get in the good graces of Jason Price, right? Every week we see this, and I know you guys tweeted out because you guys love it. This charming lady killer Mason Jones has been asking for advice on how to win matches. He's like he's trying to buddy up to him. And he's doing it in a wholesome way, folks. It's not like he's trying to backstab Jason Price. No, he's legitimately, he sees Jason Price as like a hero of his, which is so awesome to see. And Jason Price, who, let's just be honest, has a drug and drinking problem. He's an alcoholic. He's a druggy alcoholic who is slowly killing himself every week. But on Monday Night Clash, he keeps picking up wins. Jason Price keeps picking up wins, folks. But Mason Jones last night loses his match. I believe it was to Rampage, right? Rampage is a new superstar in actual wrestling. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Darcy, he's got a bright future ahead. Rampage has a bright future. What a big dude with athleticism. My goodness. He jumped over the Mason Jones spear last night like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. That dude's fast, speedy, and big. Rampage has got a great future. But Mason Jones loses to Rampage. We see him backstage. He's kind of just down and out, dejected over it, right? Jason Price, who's riding this high of momentum, he's just winning every week. And, of course, he's drunk. He is bald out of his mind. Walks by Mason Jones, and Jones is all sad. Jason Price, you could feel like he didn't get his gift basket this week, right? He didn't get Mason Jones bothering him, so it threw Jason Price off. Price asks him what's wrong. Mason's like, dude, I'm losing. You're not giving me any advice. And Jason Price, with the drunkest advice of the year, right? Says something about the, what did he say, Darcy? You got to look that up. He says something about the American dream. It's okay to fail at the American dream or something, right? Because as long as you just go to sleep, you can think of another one. Jason Price is just bald and drunk out of his mind. Bald, B-A-L-L, apostrophe D, out of his mind. Mason Jones just wants this advice from Jason Price. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it because Mason Jones is fun. Mason Jones is charming. He is a wholesome dude who deserves to win every week on Monday Night Clash. Hang in there, man. Mason, if you're listening, I want you to come on the show at some time. And you are hilarious. You are great. Keep getting that advice. And for some reason, he looks up to Jason Price. Hey, we all have heroes somewhere, right? We all have heroes somewhere. He looks up to Jason Price. And he's looking for advice. I hope Mason Jones starts winning, just like Jason Price keeps winning. Jason Price, he's got to get help. He is just an alcoholic. He is drunk. We're having a lot of fun about him, but for real, he's an alcoholic. And Jason Price, you need to find some help. You need to find some help. I hope you're listening, Jason Price. You're not, because you're probably laying in some whore's bed at some Motel 6, coked up and drunk out of your mind. My goodness, you need some help. Let's talk about this. This is just, Der Metzger is our United States champion. Like, we'll call this number 3 here, the United States of Metzger. He's the United States champion, and we've discussed this briefly before. So lately, he hasn't been defending the United States championship. He was in the Time Bomb Elimination Chamber match, and because he was in that World Championship match, Pasternak and Torture, whoever the powers to be, management decided that he didn't need to defend his U.S. championship at Time Bomb, the pay-per-view, the AW Network special in March. So Sam Kidsgrove, who is a fantastic former United States champion, one of the best or one of the greatest U.S. champions of all time, right, decided to take it on his own. He said that U.S. title means workhorse, means honor, means respect. So he put his 2 Golden Globes on the line every week. And we've seen folks like Max Damon, we've seen folks like Cancer, folks like Harvey Marks come up and fall just a bit short to these matches. But Kidsgrove, Max Damon, and Harvey Marks have put on fantastic matches. They've showed you what this United States Championship is all about. So not only just one of them, but all 3 of them deserve a shot at the United States Championship. Der Metzger says no thanks. So this week, last night, Sam Kidsgrove came out to talk about it, and then all of a sudden you got Max Damon and Harvey Marks in the mix, and they all have a fair point. Some points may be stronger than others, but they all have a fair point. They all deserve Der Metzger's United States Championship opportunity. And Der Metzger, for whatever reason, just isn't giving it, right? He's not giving it. So what we saw was Devil's Gate and Der Metzger attack, or will try to attack those three superstars last night. And now we're being told next week Der Metzger is defending his United States Championship against Sam Kidsgrove. So one of them is getting a shot. Sam Kidsgrove deserves the shot because he knows, being a former United States champion, what that title means, what that title represents, and he's absolutely right. It means workhorse. It means respect. It means honor. And Der Metzger is just none of those things, right? Big, powerful dude, don't get me wrong. Would never want to cross him. If he was on the same side of the street as me, I'd cross the street and go 2 blocks over to get where I needed to go. If he was coming at me, I'd cross the street, go 2 blocks over to get where I needed to go. But I don't think he deserves the United States Championship. And Harvey Marks, who's been nothing short of fantastic, he's had other championship opportunities, but he's taken the champions to their limits, right? He's won the first and only boxing match we've ever had in Action Wrestling. He's taken the pure champion to its limit. And now Harvey Marks has a shot. I think he's lined up, has a legitimate, fair shot at the United States Championship. But don't even get me started on Max Damon, who, by the way, has had opportunities to get there, but has had officiating shenanigans every time he's been close. Every time he's been close, officiating shenanigans have kept him from winning the match. And what are they doing about it? Well, it seems like they're doing absolutely nothing, because next week, Sam Kidsgrove has his United States Championship match. Well, I hope the week after Max Damon gets his, and the week after Harvey Marks gets his. That's the United States Championship in a nutshell, right? It's about honor, it's about respect, and it's about the Workhorse Championship, and those three superstars are all of those. Der Metzger's none of those. Now look, if he was on the same side of the street as me, I'd cross the street, go 2 blocks over. I told you that, you know that. I'm not going to cross him. I wouldn't say it to his face. I'll say it on a radio show where I'm safe in New York City and Der Metzger's nowhere around. Knock on wood. But I don't believe he deserves the United States Championship if he cannot defend it like it needs to be defended. Sam Kidsgrove's absolutely right. Max Damon is right. The officials suck. You've heard me say it. The officials suck. They're blowing his chances at the United States Championship, and Harvey Marks has been nothing short of fantastic. Here's 3 superstars. I'm counting them. 1, 2, 3. Marks, Damon, Kidsgrove all deserve a shot at the United States Championship. One of them's finally getting it. When do the other 2 get it? Because that's what I want to know. It gets me a little fired up. I'm sorry. But they deserve the United States Championship. An opportunity nonetheless. So we're finally going to get one of them, I guess. Kidsgrove's going to get his championship opportunity next week. Der Metzger, I hope you're ready. And I hope those officials are ready. My goodness, I hope they get coached up. I hope those officials get coached up. I am fired up. This United States title means a lot to me. It's one of my favorite championship belts. In the words of Gravedigger, it's very prestigious. My goodness. It gets me fired up. I need to eat more Dunkin' Donuts, don't I, Darcy? We could talk about this. Another thing that gets me fired up is this Odin Balfour and Carter Shaw. Let's talk about both main events, right? That'll be 4 and 5. So let's talk about these co-main events. I love this, by the way. Every Monday Night Clash these last few weeks are just ending on such a great story note, as each story is getting its time to shine here on Monday Night Clash. Last night, it was Carter Shaw versus list of former world champions, right? He's defeated Danny DeVito. He's defeated Ryan Lockhart. He's defeated Frank, right? FPV. Now he's defeated Odin Balfour. That's 4 former world champions this Carter Shaw has defeated. A year ago, he was in the television championship match at Evolution. 1 year later, he's defeating 4 former world champions. He's beat a Vegas Carter Shaw death match. He's got that to his accolades. He's got the all-in briefcase still. Talk about a career trajectory that is just off the charts. He's not trending north, folks. He's trending skyward. He is off the charts. Odin Balfour took it to him. And it sucks to see Odin Balfour like this, but you could tell he's getting up there in his career. Either way, I won't talk about it. I believe Odin is still in his prime, but I believe it's the back 40 of that prime, right? Carter Shaw wins. great match. Carter Shaw, just an absolute stud. I don't like that he's part of this Philidor Holdings. He talked about last night how he's not just a backup plan and all this other stuff. He's got the all-in briefcase and he can do whatever he wants with it. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I love Carter Shaw. I hate when he talks. Cannot stand him. I don't like this Philidor branding horse crap. I don't like any of it. I think it's a big billion-dollar sellout, and I think he's a joke because of it. Not like Lissy Hope. Not like Lissy Hope. She is a joke. That's a joke. She's a joke with no hope. Carter Shaw, fantastic wrestler, awesome superstar. Don't care when he talks because he's got that hashtag branding bullcrap that Philidor Holdings just like it just is so disgusting. He's just vomit, right? That's all it is, branding vomit. He defeats Odin Balfour. Odin, of course, gets upset, so furious over this, because Odin is not a happy man, right? He has not been happy in a long time. He's been calling out other wrestlers, superstars. He's been calling out Walter from over a year ago because Walter murdered his father, allegedly. That's what we've heard. And so Odin takes matters into his own hands. He choke slams an official. Look, these officials suck, but you don't choke slam them. You don't cause physical harm. You're a superstar standing almost 7 feet tall. This 5'6" dork with a striped shirt on gets choke slammed through the canvas, basically. And then that's when we saw what we saw, right? That's when you guys went crazy on Twitter. This is an evil, bad man, and y'all went crazy on Twitter like it was the biggest babyface we've ever seen. But the pyro went off, the Action-tron lit up, and we saw the name of Walter, who Odin has been calling out for months, over a year and a half. Finally, Walter shows up. We saw him at the end of Time Bomb for maybe 60 seconds. Does he show up? No. Is he a coward? Not for me to say, but I think so. Doesn't show up. Odin looks up at the Havoc banner. He's furious. But it looks like Odin's going to have to wait just a couple more weeks to get his hands on Walter, and I hope they do. I hope those big pounds of beef get their hands on each other, because Odin is so furious. He deserves it. He deserves to go at it with Walter. But that's your number 4 moment. Odin loses to Carter Shaw. Carter Shaw keeps his list of former world champions. He just keeps it growing, right? He's going to defeat every former world champion. Where's Roy Speed and Wade Moore and Donald DeRudy? Let Carter Shaw defeat them, right? Like he's like the legend killer almost. But Odin and Walter, oh, that could be big. Carter Shaw, we'll see what he's got going for the next couple of weeks here. We'll see if he ever could defeat more former world champions, right? We'll see where the future's in store for Carter Shaw. I'm telling you, it's bright. I don't like when he talks. I don't care that he's got the all-in briefcase if he's never going to use it. But I like Carter Shaw when he steps in between those 3 ropes, right? Those 4 turnbuckles. And he's inside that ring. I like it. I like what I see. And then, of course, the 5th moment was this fantastic, bloody main event we saw last night. Corey Bull finally goes one-on-one with Corey Black. They tried to do this 2 weeks ago, and the Hangman, including Frank Lowe, got involved. Now, this goes back a couple weeks because Frank Lowe had some sort of championship opportunity, but Corey Bull came down, threw in the towel on Frank Lowe's behalf. Frank Lowe didn't want that. And what happens? Well, the next week, Corey Bull gets a championship opportunity, and Frank Lowe throws in the towel on that and gets him out of the match. So then there's tag matches involved, and they can't figure it out. They're not on the same page. And of course, this all goes back to Frank Lowe has Corey Bull within his ranks, right? Corey Bull has to be a Hangman. Frank Lowe wants Corey Bull in there to do all his dirty work, right? But it's sort of developed these last couple of weeks into this very intriguing story because last night, Corey Bull and Corey Black finally go at it. Corey Black, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, right? There's no doubt that he is a king because he is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And I've been saying this for almost 20 years. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame on his own, like above everyone else, right? Because he is one of the greatest shooters, one of the greatest wrestlers, one of the greatest superstars of all time. There's no doubt this man has so many Pop Funko action figures on him, right? He's got like the most action figures of any wrestler. He's got the most video games of any wrestler. He's been in he's been in 10 WCF video games. He was in the one UCI video game made by Acclaim a couple years ago. He's in every action wrestling video game. He's got his own video game. He's been in documentaries, movies. He's all over the AW network. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Almost a year-long reign with the Hardcore Championship. He's a former world champion. He's defeated Walter. Last night, defeats Corey Bull in this fight pit that we've never seen before. How dope was this, right? We saw this fight pit. Finally defeats Corey Bull. After the match, we see the Hangmen come down, and we think the Hangmen are going to attack Corey Bull. We think the Hangmen are going to attack Corey Black. Black thinks the same thing. He gets out of it, smart, gets out of the ring, very smart. Then what we see is that the Hangmen, they get in the ring, they turn their attention onto Corey Bull, and we think, here we go. This is the end, right? We're going to finally get Low and the Hangman just beating the holy hell out of Corey Bull. That's what's going to happen, right? And finally, this story can end and Corey Bull is free. Except they lift Corey Bull up. Frank grabs that symbolic towel out of his pocket that we've seen the last couple of weeks, right? We've seen it thrown in on Bull's behalf. We've seen it thrown in on Low's behalf by Bull, even though neither of one of them wanted it. We see them take the towel, and Low wipes the blood off of Bull's face, almost as if to like fix his boo-boo, right? Like he gave him a Band-Aid. And then he has the Hangman drape Bull's arms over their shoulders, and they help escort Corey Bull out of the ring like a sign of respect. Like, now it's official, you're a Hangman. And Frank Lowe leads the three of them up the ramp. And that's how Monday Night Clash ends. Is Corey Bull officially a Hangman? And is Corey Bull wanting to be a Hangman? Like, there are so many questions that came out of this. Either way, I think we saw, finally, for the first time, Corey Bull and Frank Lowe might be on the same page, which is dangerous if you think about it, 2 weeks before the Havoc Rumble. 2 weeks before the Havoc Rumble, they're on the same page. Are you kidding me? This could be very bad for the Action Wrestling roster. That's all the time we have for you for the 5 moments on Monday Night Clash. Darcy's pointing at me furiously. We've got to take another commercial break. It's a McDonald's commercial break. Here on May 4th, a beautiful May 4th Tuesday. May the 4th be with you. It's John Thomas live from John Thomas Studios here at Fox Sports Studios. I'm John Thomas. We'll be right back. Torture, Darcy's going to call him up here in a second. Torture will be on the line with us. We're going to ask the president some questions when we come back here on John Thomas Live on Fox Sports Radio.
Introducing Dunkin' Donuts all-new freshly baked muffins. They're incredibly delicious and bigger than ever before. You'll love them for a long, long time. Of course, nothing lasts forever. Bigger muffins, bigger taste, new from Dunkin' Donuts. Stop in today and try Dunkin' Donuts' new bigger muffins with a cup of delicious coffee.
For those that, welcome back to John Thomas Live here on Fox Sports. For those that are watching on television, when we take a commercial, sometimes we go side by side, right? So you can see us on TV still. And I spilt my my Dunkin' Donut. I spilt my maple donut on the floor. I'm not going to pick it up and eat it because I'm not disgusting, right? I'm not going to eat it. But, yep, that's what you saw. You were wondering what me and Darcy were laughing at. Darcy and I were laughing at. That's what it was. I dropped my maple donut. They also told me it was a McDonald's commercial break, and I think you guys got a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts advertisers. We're a mess this morning here on Tuesday. Darcy says the phone line's ringing. That means we're going to be calling in with Torture. Let's get to it.
Darcy, I hear the phone. Someone's calling.
As you know, we're going call in with our co-president, Torture. And Torture, you're already on the line, and you know I don't like to waste your time because you are a very busy man. You just got home, I think, in Los Angeles late last night, or maybe you're at the AW headquarters in Vegas right now. You can let us know, but I'll get right to it, so let's jump on in. First questions first. This new CBS Primetime presents Evolution 4. It's on the Saturday before Evolution 4. Do you have any more details, any more information that you could give us on what this television show is and how it means to the Evolution 4 brand?
Yeah, I do, John. We flew right back to Vegas, by the way. I won't go home until probably later this week. But yeah, so CBS approached us a couple of months ago and asked for some more programming, asked for some more content. And I believe, It's such a great idea. Evolution 4 is going to be so big, right? It's going to be so huge. And rather than do this big block show where I'm going to make our paid attendants, where I'm going to make our television home viewers sit and watch this long show, I'd rather break it up and put some more spotlight on some more matches and some more superstars. So when CBS approached us about this show, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to give you more Evolution 4 branding, but still deliver it in a way that's fresh and new. So you're getting a 2-hour show on the Saturday before Evolution, which is June 26th, and we're calling it CBS Primetime Evolution 4. So in the record books, it'll still count as your Evolution 4 match. Our superstars will still be wrestling on an Evolution 4-like stage. They won't be wrestling in the stadium. It'll be a different arena. We're still figuring out logistics and all that. But yeah, it's going to be a great, fresh show. I'm so excited for our superstars. I'm so excited for our fans as well. You're going to get a great 2-hour show live on CBS the night before. I mean, what a weekend, right? Evolution 4 has just shaped up into be such a great weekend, John.
The next thing, wow, first of all, that sounds great. The next thing I want to ask you is, you said Donald Cerrone is not coming back to CruiserClash until after his performance in the Havoc Rumble. What made him decide he wanted to be in the Havoc Rumble? And you said something about his final appearance, or someone said that this could be his final appearance in Action Wrestling. Is there any more details on that? Can you confirm that for us?
Yeah, so Donald Cerrone approached us a couple weeks ago and said he had one more match in him. Of course, this was after his bloody brawl with Jim Mudd, and he said he wanted to compete one more time in the Havoc Rumble, and if he wins, God bless him. If he wins, then he'll main event Evolution 4 against Ash Blake, who has turned out to be a great world champion for us. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, Donald Cerrone wanted one more chance at the Havoc Rumble, and of course, you know, the first time he was in the Havoc Rumble, him and Roy Speed sort of got into it and eliminated each other, so they weren't really in the finish like they wanted to be. So I think this is just his one last shot. He's getting up there in age. I'm not gonna lie. And he'll admit it too. He's getting up there in age, and he wanted one more shot, and I think it's cool. I think it's great. That's what the Havoc Rumble is always about. It's always about some of the past superstars coming back, and we get to celebrate them in a really cool, unique way. And Havoc Rumble has always been about that. And it's always been about celebration of wrestling, right? And Donald Cerrone gets to do that.
And final question, Torture, I do want to ask you, since the CBS Primetime Evolution 4 moved to Saturday, we know Evolution is on the Sunday. That Friday night, the rumors, we heard through Action Wrestling Rumors, and you guys have sort of implied it, that the Hall of Fame, the 2021 class Hall of Fame, has moved to Friday night. Can you actually confirm that right now to us? Is the Hall of Fame on Friday night?
So CBS Primetime presents Evolution will be the Saturday. Evolution is Sunday, and the Hall of Fame, the 2021 class Hall of Fame, will be that Friday night. I do believe that I can let you know that we're working on the logistics and the details of one more show, maybe trying to come up that Saturday afternoon, but that's all I can tell you right now. Anyways, John, thank you for having me. The phones are ringing. I got to get back to work. My interns are yelling at me. Also, John, I do believe, have you let your fans know that we'll see you at the Havoc Rumble? But thank you, John, for having me. And fans, please keep commenting and twittering me and all that good stuff. And enjoy Monday Night Clash and CruiserClash.
All right. Well, he hung up. He's off the air. Yeah, he let the cat out of the bag on that one. I was going to tell you the good news officially, but I guess we could do it now. Action Wrestling has invited me to the Havoc Rumble. That's right. I will be a part of the Havoc Rumble pre-show, the 30 minutes before Havoc Rumble kicks off. It'll be me, Nate Burleson, and Tony Romo. How cool is that? Darcy's telling me something. Oh, they're replacing. Oh, so okay. So it's going to be Jimmy Garcia, me, and Tony Romo. So they've already replaced Nate Burleson. My goodness. So Jimmy Garcia will have Tony Romo and I as part of the pre-show. That's going to be great. We're out of time here this morning. May the 4th be with you. I know I said it 100 times. I'm going to say it 100 times more. We're big dorks for Star Wars here. It is John Thomas live on Fox Sports Radio for Action Wrestling. You could visit them on Twitter. You could visit their website. You could catch Monday Night Clash and CruiserClash every Monday night live on CBS. 8.8 million people watched it last night. You know, I watched it. We love it. You can catch me all week breaking down some of the NFL draft and some of the baseball news that we've got going on. And we'll see you next Tuesday morning for more Action Wrestling. I'm John Thomas on John Thomas Live with Fox Sports Radio. We'll see you next week. I'm John Thomas saying good night.